All right, ladies and gentlemen, I hope everybody can hear me. Right now, we are getting updates that one is dead. Apparently, seems CNN confirms that there's a shooter in the lobby already dead moments ago. C-SPAN just aired this live on air at the Correspondents dinner, where apparently there was a shooter where Trump had to be rushed out, and Secret Service, as you guys can see right there, is rushing on to the stage. And I want to come on here to give you guys updates. I was watching this expecting to have a great night, and a crazy, goofy person decided to come in. And I want to show and I want to get the updates for all of us momentarily. Everything is happening very, very, very fast. A lot of people don't even know that this just happened. So again, war breaking, suspect dead after shooting at White House correspondent dinner in Washington, D.C. News Nation, Trump is safe right now. People were rushing out. Let's see what we could see outside.
Stay back. Wait for this side. Wait for this side. All right. Nobody go this way.
So they're blocking off some of the streetways where Trump had to be taken out. And again, political violence has not gone away. Political violence is at an all-time high. And this is the moment it happened. Let me know if you guys hear anything. I didn't really hear anything live when I was watching this live. I didn't hear anything live at all. So let me see let's actually take a look, and then I'm going to give you guys some more very much needed updates about all of this now. As you can hear, we can't hear the shot, but we can hear people all over the place scrambling. So again, I'm not sure who that is in front of President Trump. It looks like one of his Secret Service members got right in front of Trump and then one behind him. Again, to inform him, a lot of people didn't even know what was going on. Again, you're watching this live. People didn't really move. It's just the president, Secret Service, and then Secret Service came on to the stage and took out Melania Trump and everybody that was sitting at the table. And as you can see, they moved in very quick. Somebody got in front of Trump. Whoever this guy is, got to be one of his Secret Service guys that got right in front of Trump to protect Trump at that very moment. Again, this is moments before. Now let's go to CNN where they got an update for us. Let's actually take a look at this update here.
Obviously, I mean, this is a total state of chaos right now in the ballroom, and we're seated maybe 50 feet from the stage where the president was up there, the First Lady Melania Trump.
We have to stay here for now.
Security is telling us that everything's okay. There was a shooter? 1 second, guys. I'm literally, what happened?
We're trying to identify it now.
Where was the shooter?
Somewhere out there.
In the lobby? In the lobby? All right, control. All right, guys. I just want you to know this is not verified. We're just listening to what's happening right now. But we have security around us, and it's Secret Service because there's a lot of members of the...
Yeah, so apparently that's Linda McMahon. That's Caitlin Collins. And there was a shooter. That shooter is dead. We have more footage of that coming here. Let me show you guys how we know that there was a shooter. And everyone is reporting on this now. Again, this is happening live right now. All of this. This is what happened downstairs.
It is now a crime scene. Secret Service is in custody, has the person in custody. Everything's okay.
It is now a crime scene. Secret Service has the person in custody. Again, that is what's going on right now. Again, this was moments ago. I'm going to keep, CNN, everyone is confirming it. Right now, everything is being confirmed. Let me just make sure that we are confirming it live on air. This is unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. This is unbelievable. Yeah, so again, CNN confirms that the person is dead. Here is more footage here.
Oh my God.
So again, I'm gonna keep on getting more footage, but from what it looked like someone tried to enter the building with a gun. Doesn't look like the person actually was in the building with a gun already. So that's something that we got to be looking out for. Again, security officials evacuate U.S. Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy and his wife as shooter opens fire during annual White House Correspondents Association dinner. These retards are out. And I've been telling people, I've been warning about this. These people are more unhinged than they have ever been in their entire fucking lives. Excuse my language. But this is pissing me off. Like it is pissing me off like no tomorrow. And again, I don't want to show how much I'm angry right now. Just by like my brain is about to fucking explode. Like I'm just pissed off. This shit pisses me off. Anyways, so again, this is what happened. Trump got evacuated. For those who don't know, apparently there was one dead from the reports that we got so far. One dead. A lot of the media didn't really move. They didn't really know what was going on. A lot of Secret Service entered the building. They entered the Correspondents' dinner. So right now, what we are trying to find out is who the shooter was. How close did he get to Trump? You know, that's what we're trying to find out here. Again, for those who don't know, let's get some updates here. Let me get an update here for you guys.
The Secret Service has a person in custody after shots were fired at the Correspondents' dinner. We are now just learning details. It is all brand new. Let's bring in John Roberts. He's on the phone with me right now. John, what can you tell us more about this shooting?
Well, it didn't appear to actually occur inside the ballroom where we're all assembled for this dinner. The president's up on the dais along with the press secretary, the first lady, a number of other dignitaries, and of course, literally every member of the cabinet inside the room, a lot of them sitting with us here at Fox. All we heard was the sudden rushing and commotion, and the Secret Service and all of the various agencies that protect people like Speaker Mike Johnson, who was here, came rushing into the room. People were told to get down. They started taking the protectees out. The president was whisked out of here in a heartbeat, along with everybody else who was on the head table up on the dais. It doesn't appear that anything happened inside the room. I'm hearing reports from inside the room here that if it were...
Yeah, it looks like the shooter failed again. I know there's a lot of people here that you know, they're asking if the shooter was okay. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Y'all ain't sending y'all best, man. Y'all suck. Y'all stay dying. Y'all stay dying. I know there's a lot of people in here rooting for Trump to die and get shot tonight. I don't know. For some reason, everybody just thinks that that's the best thing possible. But y'all keep missing and dying. Y'all keep getting cooked up. Yo, if you're in here hoping to hear good news, I got bad news for you. Somebody just got shot. They got their ass parked. They're done. They're out of here. You guys are very bad. You guys are like 0 for 4 at this. 0 for 4. You guys are all like 0 for 4. You guys are like literally getting cooked. Now, let's talk about who the shooter may have been. Again, as I'm giving you some more updates. Was it a trans? I'm not going to say gay. We love the gays. Who else? Like, who was it? Y'all keep missing. And then y'all keep coming in here and talk about the guy okay. No, the guy's not okay. The guy got his head chopped off. Yo, yeah. People crazy, man. Yo, people are crazy. They're rooting for this. They have no idea how bad this is. Like, this is just terrible. Just terrible. Unbelievable type of people, bro. Look, I don't like lefties at all, but I'm not wishing for them to get shot. For what? If I'm cheering for somebody to get shot and die, that means, man. All right. So again, let me actually go. All right. So we got some more footage here. Yeah. So Trump and Melania was taken out. That's when Secret Service came to take them out. Again, I'm trying to find more information for you guys.
Shots fired. It was outside of the room, but out of an abundance of caution, obviously, because you don't know if it's a single person or if there may be others attached to whatever happened, that they got everybody out of here. I've been to so many of these Correspondents Association dinners. Nothing even remotely like this has ever happened.
Yeah. Okay, so looks like CNN reported the White House Correspondents' dinner. Possible shooter is dead in the lobby. Shooter is confirmed dead. So we do have a deceased individual. He's done. Police are responding to a reported shooting at the White House Correspondents' dinner. That the shooting seemed to have happened. It seemed to have happened outside of the correspondence rooms. We just don't know how close the shooter got. Whether the shooter was in the building already, we just don't know. But it's safe to say that I think it's over. The White House Correspondents' dinner breaking. President Trump will be returning to the stage at White House Correspondents' dinner after shots were fired in the lobby. No way. No way, Jose. What? Hey, don't do this. Hey, leftists might have a heart attack if that man goes back on stage, bro. What?
Kevin, I am with you. I do have an update from our team on the ground that the suspect, has been detained by Secret Service and that the President of the United States, Kevin, will return. The event will go on, is what we're hearing from our team on the ground. He will return to the podium. And it sounds like after they've swept the property where this.
Nah. Yo, if they tried to kill me, bro, I am not going nowhere near that motherfucker. Hey, this dude is, hey, man, say what you want. I know there's a lot of haters in here. Say what you want. Yo, he going back on stage, bro. No way, Jose. We got to cover this tonight. We do. Thank you for your $20 donation. Wrong time to be sending donations and me saying it, but thank you. I appreciate your donation, brother. He's going back on stage, guys. It was just confirmed. Fox News just confirmed that Trump is going back on stage after somebody got bodied for trying to body him. Holy moly. I actually got to save this. Let me save this video. This is going to be one of the classic videos. All right. So we have a video here. All right. So I just got an update. Let me go to the update that I have for you guys let me get an update here from the moment the shots were fired. So here we go. So apparently video captures the moment gunshots rang out right outside the ballroom where the White House Correspondents' dinner is happening. Okay, so I guess that's the shot right there. That's the shot right there. I don't know if you guys can hear it. So nobody blinked from the sound, but people blinked from the running toward the stage. Okay, so I heard 3 shots. I heard 1 right there. And I heard like 3 right there. 1, 2, 3. I'll play it for you guys. I'll stop talking. I'll play it out the whole video. But I know what I'm hearing, and I'm hoping you guys can hear the same thing. Now, again, there was a Secret Service agent that got in front of Trump. These guys came on. This guy is recording here. Oh, you guys can't even hear it. Oh, there's no sound? Oh, my bad, guys. I got the wrong video. All right, let's play that again. There's 1 shot, and then listen to the rest of the shots. I'm going to play it one more time so you guys can hear the shots. Okay. So I want to know who this person is right here. He's taking a video. Who is this? So I think that's JD Vance. Is that JD Vance? So JD Vance right here. Trying to look here. And when the shots ring out, I don't know who this guy is right here, but he started recording. He's recording the whole fucking thing. He's not even blinking. Look, he's not even blinking. Who the fuck is this guy? Who is this? This guy right here. He's not blinking. Guys, I can't zoom in enough, but this guy right here, he is not moving. He is just pulling out his phone from the very beginning. As soon as the shots go off, boom, shots go off, brings out his phone and records everything. Everything. He doesn't move, doesn't worry about his life. I don't know who that is. Somebody let me know who that is. Yeah, and then I'll go back to the shots again. There's about one big shot and then like 3 shots ran out. Yeah, I don't know. That guy is just recording. Like he's just chilling right here. All right. So again, let's see what other updates we got. So the update that we do have is that Trump is supposed to be getting back on stage. Here is more chaotic scenes. I guess this is why people were recording to record this. Okay, so this is the table of Robert F. Kennedy. Yeah, that's RFK Jr. right here. Okay, so that's Cheryl Hines, RFK Jr. and Secret Service, Stephen Miller and his wife and Secret Service. There you go, Secret Service carrying a gun right there with a badge. Everyone's sitting down. Everyone's sitting down. Everybody got evacuated. This is where Trump was sitting at. As you guys know, we are in full investigation mode right now of suspect behavior. Suspect behavior, we just are. So again, we'll go back to this video in just a moment. Again, don't know who this guy is. Somebody help me. I'll maybe get this guy's name. I don't know who this guy is. All the way down here. Again, you can see him recording his phone all the way to my right, maybe to your left. He has his camera while chaos is happening. Does not blink, just records. So that's one. And then, of course, everybody was calm though. Maybe that's somebody that was just calm. I don't know who that is, but that dude was as calm as rice. Let's see what else. Okay. Let me see. RFK Jr. Again, people think that Trump is the only target. He's not. Trump is not the only target. RFK Jr. is 100% a target. JD Vance is a target. P. Hegseth, 100% a target. Everyone in the administration is a target. It is just as obvious as that. This is the moment that Trump got evacuated with the first lady. And again, I think that what you see here in this moment is a sea of secret agents, Secret Service agents. Yeah, these are all Secret Service agents. All of them right here. All of them right here. Climbing over tables, going to get everybody, I guess, into safety. So I'll save this video. Let's see what other updates we got so far. We do know that there's one deceased. If you're just coming in here. Okay, so we got an update from Judge Janine Pirro. Let's see what the update here. Okay, so my screen just went out. Let me make sure I get my screen back up here for you guys. All right, here we go. Let's see.
I'm at the Washington Hilton. I've been taken out of the main ballroom after the sound of the shots fired. The Secret Service is now in charge of this building, this hotel. I just spoke to Mayor Muriel Bowser. She is on her way, and Chief Jeffrey Carroll is on his way. He will be in charge as soon as he gets here.
Okay, so she is still in the hotel. She says that the Secret Service has pretty much taken over the hotel. Taken over the hotel. Okay, so what's going on here? Correction. Fox News reports that the White House Correspondents' dinner will go on following the attempted assassination on President Trump. So we know that already. Let's go. I'm trying to get as many updates as I can for you guys throughout this whole scenario. There's a lot, obviously, that's going to come out about this. Okay, here's another update that we have here. Let's go to this update, ladies and gentlemen.
I have been in touch with top officials at the White House. This is what I can tell you. And the details are actually pretty specific now, that the shooter charged the magnetometer closest to the front door, took a shot at a uniformed division service agent. And he, at that point, they don't know whether they haven't confirmed if he's alive. Yeah.
Can you guys hear what Sean Hannity is saying so far? He said that, again, what I've kind of concluded to, hold on, I know you guys can't really see me. What I've kind of concluded to was he didn't get inside the building. Let's listen to that one more time. He didn't get inside the building. He tried to take his best shot with the gun.
I have been in touch with top officials at the White House. This is what I can tell you. And the details are actually pretty specific now, that the shooter charged the magnetometer closest to the front door, took a shot at a uniformed division service agent. And he, at that point, they don't know whether they haven't confirmed if he's alive. Yeah, the shooter is in custody, I'm told, at this point. Everyone is okay. And the last thing I can tell you is that, the White House does not want him to go back, but I'm sorry, what? I'm having a hard time hearing. And anyway, the president does want to go back. The shooter took a shot at a Secret Service member just at the ballroom, which, Kevin, you raise a good point. How did he get it to that point? The agent returned fire.
Okay, breaking news. He did get into the ballroom. Okay, now we have a huge story on our hands. We got a huge stories on our hands. Because he didn't shoot from the outside. He got in the fucking ballroom. He got in the... So there's a lot going on here. All right, here we go. So what we know is that he got in the ballroom, took a shot at a Secret Service agent, and then got murdered, got cooked, from what we know. And now Trump wants to go back inside the ballroom, but the Secret Service is telling him, no, you should not do that. It's not safe. So that's what we do know so far. Here is a photo. Here's a photos just dropped of the moment Speaker Johnson is evacuated from the active shooter at the White House Correspondent dinner. Secret Service, again, in action. All this stuff is going to come out. This is what we are looking at. So one of the main things that we got to be paying attention to, right, specifically this moment, is Trump going to go back? What we know is no. But apparently, okay, so we are back. Are we back in action? Should I go to cspan.com? Okay, I think, let me see something real quick. Yeah, apparently the shooter was trying to get in and he wasn't invited and he got killed for it.
We have an announcement. I know everyone's going to want as many details as possible, and right now we don't have that, but I can tell you that our program is going to resume momentarily. We will have more details to share also momentarily.
Okay, so What is happening? All right, so I'm going to C-SPAN real quick. Let's go to C-SPAN. Let me refresh the C-SPAN ad. This is live right now, ladies and gentlemen. Live from C-SPAN, like nothing happened. So I want to give a shout out to the leftists, not the ones that tried to kill and shoot and the losers, but the ones that actually are just sticking around. Kudos to you for not being a pussy. And to those politicians who, again, were protected, and all jokes aside, terrible, terrible, terrible. But everybody seems to be just chilling right now. So again, we don't know what's going on. I don't trust any of these people, by the way. So I would not enter a room I personally, I know why he does it. If I'm Trump, right? I know why he does these things. I know why. He's a gangster. He does not care. But if I'm Trump, I'm not going to do any of these things anymore. You know what I mean? I got a family to live for. I got grandchildren to live for. These, dickheads are trying to kill me every other second. I'm just not going outside like that no more. I'm just going to be a president. But again, I'm not Trump. I'm not as gangster as him at this point because, my God, this is just crazy. This is just absolutely insane. So we do know, again, confirmed. And look, a lot of people are pointing this out again about Trump. While everything is going on, I simply admire that Trump is never afraid. Somebody said here, everyone else was shaken and shocked, but he wasn't. Someone had to come and grab him to leave. He wasn't even going to leave. He was chilling. And by the way, you know that this guy's doing a trick. Like, he's a mentalist, this guy. He's doing a magic trick for Trump while shooting is happening outside. Oh my God, this is unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. Unbelievable. What in the world? All right, so again, this is live right now. Yeah, he's a mentalist or whatever. He is the mentalist. Yeah, I don't know his name, but one thing I do know is that he was doing a magic trick while that was happening. Look, okay, let's see what's going on here. Let's see. All right, so okay. Let me go back to X. X is where all the real news is happening. I'm getting all my updates from X right now. Okay, so here we go. Let's get an update from Fox News.
8:30 tonight, I witnessed 4 shots rang out of the International Ballroom. The doors sprang open, Secret Service running everywhere. There was an individual on the ground. I'm not sure if that person is dead, if that person is shot, injured, whatever the case. The journalists that were in the room, the camera operators, they scrambled. People touched the ground immediately. There's a very high energy around here. People are very scared for what is the cause of this particular shooting. So hopefully there's prayers that no one...
Okay, got another update. Let's go. Another update, major update, ladies and gentlemen. What is the update that I just got here? Let's go see what the update is. Okay, so Trump just posted. President Trump just posted. All right, so here we go. So apparently Trump just posted. Here's what he says. Got a big update here from Trump. All right, so quite an evening, he says, in D.C., Secret Service and law enforcement did a fantastic job. They acted quickly and bravely. The shooter has been apprehended. And I have recommended that we let the show go on, but will entirely be guided by law enforcement. They will make a decision shortly on what's about to happen. Regardless of that decision, the evening will be much different than planned. We'll just plain have to do it again. So again, Trump giving us an update here. Looks like he is going to listen to his Secret Service. Secret Service obviously most definitely does not want him to go back. So again, ladies and gentlemen, look, if this was Kamala, I would feel horrible. I would hope that Secret Service, no matter who the president is, protects whoever was elected president. I know that there's a lot of people in this chat right now that were hoping for a different outcome. And I don't know why, because when I look around, I'm sure your life has not changed from 5 years ago. I'm sure you still probably live your white, progressive, liberal life that you've been living for your entire life, that your parents were probably handed off by a different generation that actually worked hard. Most of the people that want Trump dead don't even know why they want Trump dead. Most of them live a very good, retarded life in the United States of America while people die trying to come here. One of my messages for those people is that when you wish death, you've never actually looked at death in the eyes. When you wish that this country turn into a banana republic, you actually don't wish that, because when you look around to countries where people don't even know who their leaders are, people are starving, and people have no system implemented, though the system may a lot of the times not be fair, you actually don't want what you think you want. Most of the time, a lot of the people that want Trump, they have no kids. They have no children. They have nothing to look forward to, nothing to look forward to. Now, I get that there's a lot of problems in the United States of America. I complain about them all the time as well. But to want presidents dead, that's not my thing. For me to want Kamala dead, that's not my thing. As a Christian, I pray for everybody, even those on the right that want the left dead. I pray that eventually we figure this out. But at this very moment, looking at my content, looking at the people in the comments wishing for death, they have no fucking idea what that actually looks like. They have no idea what a nation broken down and taken over actually looks like. They have no idea what actual dictatorship looks like. They have no idea that to post something and get arrested for posting something. Oh, wait, that actually does happen in China. That happens in China all the fucking time. The CCP controls the news. That happens in Iran all the time. That happens in the UK now. In the UK, can you believe that? So you think you want this world that you're wishing for, but in my opinion, you actually don't. Which is why I'm offering you in the comments that does want Trump dead, I'll offer you a flight out of the fucking United States of America. I'll offer you a flight out of here. I really would. Go try it out somewhere else. But usually when people leave the country, they come running right back like bitches, like pussies. So trust me, you don't want smoke with the other side. You think you do, but you don't. Trust me. No one does. No one wants smoke. No one wants to fight. No one wants to kill or shoot each other. Y'all keep wishing for that. I don't know why you're so obsessed with that, but whatever, I guess. All right, here we go. All right, we got another update. Let's see what this update is, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, I was really concerned. I mean, I heard shots and everybody dove down. I was sitting next to the Homeland Security Secretary, Mark Wayne Mullen. His staff, Secret Service, jumped on him and pushed him down. His wife was next to us. All the Fox security told everybody to get under the table. And you can imagine, 2,000 people in that room, really jam-packed in. There was mass chaos. But within seconds, the entire place was filled with Secret Service, guns drawn, and there were a lot of shaken up people. Still, there are a lot of shaken up people as they're trying to get things back on track. I'm not sure it's going to happen, Kevin. Yeah, I was really concerned. I mean,
I don't think it's going to happen. That's Brett Baer saying that. Here's another shot of the absolute horrific moment from people thinking that, hey, we don't know what's happening. We know that we're in the room with some of the most important people in the fucking universe at this point. An absolute panic following shots fired at the White House. Here's what it looked like from the inside at the moment that it was happening.
Gunshots fired at the White House Correspondents' Center.
I see people are saying that this is fake. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I understand now why you say some dumb shit like that. Like, I just get it. I get it. Whatever. I guess it's funny that left has become the full-blown conspiracy theory party. Bad conspiracies, by the way. We have the best ones. All right, here we go. Let's see. We got another update. Here is from CNN. apparently Blitzler, Wolf Blitzer, was mere feet away from the shooter. Okay, see what this is.
Yeah, I can hear you fine. It's very, very worrisome what happened. Just coincidentally, after they served the appetizers, I walked out to simply go to the men's room, but you have to walk up these stairs and walk out, and which I was doing. And as I was walking back towards the door to get back into the big area where the event was taking place, all of a sudden, I start hearing gunshots in the hall right near me. And the next thing I knew, a police officer threw me to the ground and was on top of me. And I was listening and watching what was going on. And apparently they got the gunman who had a major weapon there, but it was so worrisome. The noise was so loud in a small area. And all of a sudden I'm seeing gunshots. And then they grabbed me, the police officers, and they take me back into the men's room where it was safe. And there were about 15 other men who are stuck in there and they won't let them out. And that's what happened. And then after a while, they let me out and I'm out now. I'm not back in the ballroom, but everything is apparently closing down. Very scary incident. All of a sudden, a guy with a weapon, and it was a very, very serious weapon, he starts shooting. And I happened to have been a few feet away from him as he was shooting. And of course, first thing that went through my mind is he trying to shoot me? And I don't think he was trying to shoot me, but I was very close to him as the gunshots were fired. And it was very, very scary, but I'm okay now.
Okay, you guys heard it there. Wolf Blitzer. Am I getting his name right? Is this guy popular? Why am I not? Why is this name sounds familiar? Apparently he works for CNN. He was mere feet away from the shooter. He thought that the shooter might be shooting at him for a moment. That's how close he was. Interesting. Very, 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 very interesting. Here's more scenes. Again, I have a lot of questions, just like everybody else. I have the questions. How in the world did he get this close? Okay. Secret Service, the United States of America, the most intel, the most intelligent, right? The most powerful. How in the hell, right? Whether it's Kamala, whether it's Trump, or whoever the fucking president is, why is it ever this close? That to me is something that I don't know. Why does it get this close? Again, could be a Democrat in office, could be a Republican, whoever it is. Why is it ever this close?
Where's it coming from? Crossfire! Look out!
He says, crossfire, look out. Again, this is the same white shirt that we saw earlier that said that the person was deceased. I guess he is PD. He's not Secret Service.
Crossfire! Look out! Watch out! Blue, 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 blue. Everybody stay down, stay down.
Holy shit, bro. That gotta be. Hey, man, I'll be honest with y'all, bro. I grew up in the Bronx and all of that, but I just feel, look, hey, man, I don't know. It's something different about the Secret Service agents, bro. It just is. All right, so more footage tonight. More footage. I'm just trying to get as much footage. Who was there? Caroline Levitt was there. Caroline Levitt is pregnant. She was there. I know that has to be scary for her. Whoever was out there. All right, Jake Tapper. How scared was Jake Tapper? Let's see.
People were jumping under tables. Some people were very upset and worried. And I have some videos, so somebody needs to. We have no signal. There's never any signal here at the Washington Hilton, so I apologize for that. But I have some video to send. But in any case, I have no idea what happened. Somebody with a Secret Service pin said that there was a shooter made his way into the building, but not into the room. And that shooter was stopped. So that's all I know. Is that shooter was stopped, but people were jumping.
Okay, so I guess that was Jake Tapper. I guess he was shitting his pants. A little scared. Hey, right, a little scary stuff. All right, so here we go. We got a message from the Secret Service. Secret Service. Let me actually put this up on the screen here. So this happened about an hour ago now. I would say about an hour ago. I'm giving you guys as many updates as we can. We do know one person is dead. That is the shooter. All right. So the United States Secret Service just put out a message. Let's read what this is. United States Secret Service shooting incident at the White House Correspondents' dinner. The U.S. Secret Service, in coordination with the Metropolitan Police Department, is an investigation with the shooting accident near the main. I ain't gonna lie to you guys. Magnetometer. I'm not sure what that is, to be honest, but somebody educate me on that. Magnetometer, is that the outside of it, the inside? Which was the screening area. Okay, so I'm guessing that's where people were getting screened to come inside. At the Correspondents' Center, the president and the first lady are safe, along with all protectees. One of the individuals in custody, the condition of those involved is not yet known, and law enforcement is actively assessing the situation. So we don't know if the person is dead, but Trump did say that he was apprehended. Again, we don't know. A lot of people were saying that the person was on the floor dead, which looked like to be dead. So they haven't been pronounced dead just yet. So that's something that we definitely are going to be keeping an eye on. But that is a message from the United States Secret Service, which Trump again gave them a shout out and said that they are telling him not to go back out, to avoid. But again, word is that when you go look at the White House Correspondent Dinner, which is right here, live on C-SPAN, people are still there. No one's gone home. No one's gone home yet. So again, we don't know what's going to happen yet. This is in Washington, D.C., the Washington Hilton Hotel. So let's get some more updates for you guys, as we'll keep an eye out on exactly what's going to happen with these guys. Okay. Oh, apparently. Okay. All right. So this is something that's hitting the internet. Hours before the White House Correspondents' Dinner, Caroline Leavitt called for everyone to tune in to President Trump, stating there would be shots fired by him. Let's see what else. Okay, now I'm not sure if I can show this, so I'm not going to show it fully. Well, I already showed it, whatever. Rest in peace. But it looks like he's done, right? So apparently this is the guy in custody. I think we could show this. He's not bloody or anything like that. Okay, so it's not fully confirmed that this is the actual image, but it looks like it is the actual image. Okay, let me go to the credit source here. Let me actually turn on this guy's notifications. Okay, so this is the person. Let's zoom in real quick. No shirt. Looks like he has no shirt on. Is that a shirt? We don't know if that's a shirt. We don't know if that's a ponytail. So we got no information yet, but this is a picture that is spreading around X right now. Okay. So yeah, this is a picture confirmed to be from this event today. This is what the man looked like. We can't really see too much of him. Somebody said trans. I don't know. I'm trying to zoom in. I'm trying to see. I'm not really seeing much here just yet. We're not really seeing much. Hopefully we get a video. A video would give us much more information physically of what he actually does look like. Very interesting to see what he looks like, because I could just tell. I have a guess in my mind. Okay, here's more videos, ladies and gentlemen. More videos. Okay. It looks like he was arrested. Let's see if maybe this video will help us out. Give me 1 second. Maybe this video does help us out.
Silver foil floor, got it? No. Scooch over, it's like right, silver foil at the top of the stairs. Got it.
Is he moving? Okay, we do have a video. I requested a video and we freaking got it. Oh, he is moving. Okay, so he's not dead yet. We don't know if he's been shot. We don't know anything, but one thing we do know is that he has his hands behind his back. There it is, guys. There it is. That's a good video of him. He finally turned his head. So when he turns his head, that's what he looks like right there. Let me see if I could zoom in a little more there. There it is right there. That's what he looks like. Can't really tell his race too much. He looks mixed. I'm not sure what he is. He's got his arms bent. His arms is 100% broken. He's cooked already. We don't know if he's shot, but we do know that there is some stuff over him. So maybe he is shot. So that's the best video we got so far of this man. Let me see. What else do we have? Okay. Here is the security to get inside. Let's see what this looks like.
Rather eventful evening at the White House Correspondents Center. Everyone's outside. It's pretty. So this is the security area that people have to go through to enter into the dinner. Metal detectors, and then walking here into the main conference room. So this is the security area that people have to go through to enter into the dinner. Metal detectors, and then walking here into the main conference room.
So that is a huge update. Again, we're just getting more updates, ladies and gentlemen. We are getting way more updates. All right, so Trump did post again. Let's see what Trump posted again. Okay, so people are going after Chuck Schumer here. Chuck Schumer is being retweeted. Apparently, Chuck Schumer says that he is closely monitoring the unfolding situation at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. I am grateful for the quick response from law enforcement, and I'm praying for everyone to remain safe. Someone retweeted his tweet and said, what you should monitor is the rhetoric on your side pushing your deranged activists. So I think it's pretty crazy, right? To hear people, again, this is the shooter. For those who don't know, are just coming in. The shooter seems to be alive on the floor. Again, we don't know if that's the shooter 100%. We really don't know. We know that there's somebody arrested because the shooter could be somewhere else. And this could have been somebody else. We're going to wait for information. It does seem that that is the shooter. But again, I cannot fully confirm that. Let's see. Okay. So this is a post from Trump here. Another post that he just made moments ago. He says, law enforcement has requested that we leave the premises consistent with protocol, which we will do immediately, he says. I will be giving a press conference in about 30 minutes from the White House press briefing room. The First Lady plus the Vice President and all cabinet members are in perfect condition. We'll be speaking to you in half an hour. I have spoken with all the representatives in charge of the event, and we will be rescheduling within 30 days. Okay, so we got confirmation that there's going to be a reschedulement happening, and he's also going to be giving a speech in about 30 minutes, ladies and gentlemen. So stick around because President Trump is going to be coming out and speaking to us about this. So again, crazy moments. Here's what we do have is somewhat of the physical nature of the shooter. Again, we don't really know his race. We don't know his background just yet or who he is or what he represents. I know there's a lot of people guessing out there. Maybe you guys want to take a good guess. But again, everything's still unconfirmed as of this very moment. Okay, let's get some more updates here. Let's get some more updates.
I think two things. First of all, I'm glad that the president is safe, and I'm glad that the cabinet is safe, and I'm glad that they were able to keep worse things from happening. What I would say is that there is some strength that's trying to be shown here, that you don't stop this country and you don't stop the celebration of the First Amendment because you're a crazy person with a gun. And so people will see it differently, but I can understand why people would not want to let the terrorists win today, why they would not want to let terrorism win today. But you're going to have a lot of people who are just upset and shaken because the president of this country could have been killed tonight. And this is the sort of stuff that has to stop. This is the level of violence and crazy stuff on all sides of this country is leading people to think that this is the right thing to do somehow. And I can understand why they don't want to yield to this. But I think people around the world right now are shaken that somebody could get this close, get into an event this important, and do something this dangerous.
Okay, very strong words there by a Democrat by the name of Van Jones, who has been consistently separating himself from far left progressives who want the violence. Okay, so here we go. Apparently, Leonardo Feldman says, something I noticed before coming into the White House Correspondents' Dinner was that the security was only outside of the ballroom, inside, not outside the building. So the entrance of building did not have the security machine, only guards. You only went through the screening, and apparently he has a picture of it. This looks like it's checking out. Something that I told you guys we'll be investigating is how the fuck did this guy enter the premises or get that close? Apparently, this is such a fuck up. How in the world do you not have any security or Secret Service agents outside of the screener, just inside? And this is a video that he actually took because he felt that it was weird. Oh my God, Lord. Are you kidding me? An event with some of the most important people. The man who is in this event has a red button that he can press. And you mean to tell me that there is no security, aka Secret Service agents, outside of this scanner? Are you fucking kidding me? Bro, look at that. That's one of the screeners. You know how many people could have died right there in that very moment from a mass shooter just shooting at everybody? I don't even want to imagine that, but my God. Bro, that's crazy. I'm going to be honest with y'all. That's fucking insane. It's like the airport. You ever been to the airport? You go inside the airport and there is no security until you cross over. That's what this was. This was an airport security for the most important people, including Democrats, mainstream media, and the freaking president. I'll tell you what, that's crazy. That is insane. Look at that. Anybody could just walk in that moment right there. But again, this is the shooter. Possible shooter. Again, not confirmed just yet. I'm getting every single detail I can for you guys at this very moment. But we are getting videos from the people inside. All right, so the attempted shooter at the White House Correspondents' Dinner is a 31-year-old Cole Thomas Allen from Torrance, California. Apparently he's in custody. Okay. Let me keep you guys here. Let me refresh this real quick for you guys. So apparently we got unconfirmed of the guy's name. Let me keep doing some more research for you guys right quick.
And that was about 8:25 this evening. Mike Dubke, we were walking through that and we saw Weijia Zhang put her hand to her mouth, but then we saw the covering of the president. They didn't necessarily take him out of the room. What were they doing?
they were making sure that he was removed from being a target of whatever the noise was, whatever was happening there, assessing the situation to make sure that they could get him up and move him out. It was, again, I hate keep referencing this, but we saw a very similar action in Butler, and you've seen this with other presidents as well, where they make sure that he is protected by a body, in this case, of a Secret Service agent, and then when it's safe to move him out quickly.
Yeah, and it looks like the journalists now, Karen Bohan, are being escorted out. It looks like the room is actually starting to empty a little bit.
Okay, so we see that the room is starting to empty, right? Again, so here is the big confirmation. It's unconfirmed, but it looks like we're at the almost 100%. After doing some research off camera, just real quick. The attempted White House correspondent shooter is a 31-year-old Cole Thomas Allen from Torrance, California. He is in custody as of this very moment. Let's see if we get some more. But again, some of the most important stuff is the security. I'm not over this yet. I'm really not. I'm not over how there was no Secret Service outside of the scanning. I think that's crazy to me. Okay. Again, here is some more images from the outside. This is an image unconfirmed that I believe to be the body of shooter of the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Multiple shots were fired at the White House Correspondents' Dinner with President Trump in attendance. A Los Angeles Times reporter heard 5 to 6 shots ring out. So it was 5 to 6 shots, ladies and gentlemen. It wasn't 4 to 5. It was about a little more than that. Shortly before observing a dead body surrounded by a dozen Secret Service. So again, like I told you guys before, people think that the person is deceased. So who is this person? Okay, I'm confused now. Okay, let's actually keep up with this. Let me keep up with this. So we have two different things. We got one person here, and then we have one person here. Is this the Secret Service agent? This looks like it's the Secret Service agent that died. If he did die, or maybe he was just shot. God forbid. We hope that the Secret Service agent didn't die, but we do know one has somebody, a lot of the CNNs declared that one person was dead and it wasn't the shooter. But that looks like it's a Secret Service agent turned over. That's what it looks like. And then what it looks like on this image is the shooter, the potential shooter, with his shirt off, stripped down, in handcuffs. So again, we'll keep an eye on all of this, ladies and gentlemen, as I get more updates for you guys this very moment. See what else do we have here that I want to give you guys. Okay, let me see. So again, streets closed down, pure chaos, ladies and gentlemen. Pure, and I mean pure chaos in Washington, D.C. Unbelievable moments. We will see how the left reacts to this. I'm pretty sure we know what the left is going to say about all of this. Comment down what you think the left is going to say. Comment down what you think they're going to do. Comment down who you think this was. What this actually was this is a lone shooter. We're going to get some updates in about 30 minutes. Trump said he's going to come on stage. Should we stay on for that? Let me know. Comment down in the comments. I'm going to give you guys some more updates here. Let me get some more updates. This is from Trey Yingst of Fox News.
Trey, let me ask you a question. I remember the magnetometers, there are several layers of them, including right when you first walk into the Hilton. But to get to the ballroom, you've got to go up that escalator. So I'm just curious, how would this potential gunman get in and up the escalator in order to affect this particular attack?
Yeah, it's a great question. And look, there is a perimeter to these events, a perimeter that requires you to show a ticket to get into this area, and a perimeter even once you are inside. There are at least 3 different locations where someone is not only checking a ticket, but looking at the people that are coming into this area. Right. And There are major questions about how anyone who is armed could get this close to the president or people in this ballroom, but also just questions broadly about the security perimeter, because it is not just the Secret Service on the scene. It is the local Washington, D.C. Police Department.
I told you guys, again, that was the worst part about it was the security measures. How did that guy actually get up that high, that fast, that close? One thing we do know is the update, like I told you guys from the picture I showed you of this Secret Service agent, it looks like I was right that it was a Secret Service agent that was shot in the chest area. But apparently he is fine. Somebody did comment that he was fine. So thank you for that. I appreciate that.
Patel. He is there. The perpetrator is on the scene. They're processing it. They confirmed one U.S. Secret Service agent was in fact shot. The round was stopped by the vest. And I give all credit to all these guys that put their lives on the line for everybody. The president was saying, well, I made sure that the first lady was safe. But again, the people around him were very, very concerned, rightly so, especially in light of the culture that we are living in. And if you go back to what we have all been through as a nation, and you think about it, there's just too many questions. We don't know. Again, you go back to the lone wolf, wider conspiracy. Probably this will be examined and discussed for weeks and weeks ahead. Certainly you would think that room would be safe and secure, but we do know from the very beginning that the shooter charged the magnetometer closest to the front door. And that's
okay, so here is more news that we got. Here's why I say I don't know who this person is. So here's the news that we do have. Let me actually go to my notifications here on X. Thank you to everybody on X that has done an absolutely amazing job posting constant updates. So here is one of the big updates that we do have. So apparently an unhinged protester rushed at the president's limo just a few moments after the shooting at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. She was arrested. So again, like I told you guys, what does she have on? We know who they are. Like we know who these deranged people are. Again, they usually have that shit on, right? Deranged, stupid, no kids, probably no job. Again, I know a lot of people who hate President Trump, but are not willing to go and kill him for it. They just are willing to go vote and make a difference and maybe campaign against him or just not like him. But then you have these retards that are just so about Palestine and everything else. And I know I have Palestinians, not Palestinian people, but I have people who argue on the Palestinian side who say that we are unjust, but they're not willing to go and fucking try to kill somebody over it. But then you have these people that are willing to go rush Trump's limo. What in the world do you have to think to go and do this retarded shit? I don't get it.
Stay behind the perimeter. Do not press the gate.
Don't go. You're locked up.
Hey, you guys.
Yes, back up.
So it looks like he went right to her and said, "You are locked up." And then she got locked up. Okay. Let's see what else. What other update do I got? There's more updates coming here. Let me make sure I get every update that I can for you guys here. Okay. So here's the footage of the body of the shooter at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. According to witnesses, an unknown man dashed toward the dining area and was met with gunfire. So again, here's the thing. Here's the video that we did see. Let me see if I can actually show you guys this. Hopefully it's nothing crazy. That doesn't seem like the shooter. That seems like the... Okay, hold on, guys. We got to dissect this video. This might be the most important video of the night here. So this looks like it might be the Secret Service agent, but I'm trying to look at where his arms are at. Oh, it looks like he was arrested, though. Interesting. Here we go. Let's try to get a slow-mo here. Try to get a slow motion here. Playback speed. Let's go all the way to 025 here. It looks like he is turned on his back and he is arrested. Is this the shooter? Or is this a Secret Service agent? That's the big question. That's what I'm trying to figure out right here. Right? This is what we're trying to figure out right here. This is the video that we saw. We saw a picture of it. These are the scanners. And then when you go and you look, there's somebody laying on the floor. She's a Secret Service agent telling everybody to step back. But we don't know if that's a Secret Service agent or the shooter. Looks like he got his hands behind his back, so I could be wrong here. And it looks like he has his head hanging. So we're gonna get more information on that. We're gonna get more information on that in just one moment, ladies and gentlemen. But that is one of the videos that has come out. Okay, again, like I told you guys, play by play, there's gonna be a whole bunch of videos coming out. Here is one of the videos that came out of dramatic new video shows law enforcement with guns.
Where's the coach at? Where's the coach at? There's left, down the stairs. Where's the coach from? Where's the coming from? Where's the crossfire? Look out!
Bro, somebody go.
We got one down. Jim.
What the? Oh my God.
Stay down, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, stay down.
So that's a National Guard. National Guard also came through. So we have Metropolitan Police Department. We got the, okay, there you go. So that's the person that's down right there. There you go. He's down. God, you guys can't really see it, but from this distance, there is the body and there is the white shirt, Metropolitan Police Chief, right? So there you have it. That was the very moment that he, again, I guess that's where the shooting happened. I guess the shooting happened right there. So this guy got all the way through here. He got all the way in. He got all the way in. And then he was, I guess, taken down upstairs in the ballroom. Boy, I tell you what, if you have questions, you're not alone. You are not alone. You would think that a shooting like this would just be plain and done, boom, 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 not too many questions, answers. Questions are answered with videos and everything else, but not really for this particular situation. Not really. A lot of people are screaming Trump 2028. Oh, apparently there is video of Hassan Piker. Hassan Piker has been under fire. He's been under a lot of fire because of, if you guys don't know who this is, he's a left-wing extremist. Now, I'm not going to make any accusations here on live, but there is a lot of calls saying that he apparently called and advocated for a public assassination of Trump. A lot of people are reposting this. Now, he's been getting a lot of hate because a lot of Democrats had been told to denounce him for being too crazy, too radical. Let's actually take a listen to this.
And you actually wrote about this, and it was a great video where you talked about, someone has to do it. See, when I say that, everyone knows exactly what I mean. which is, I think that shows that there's a lot of anger, a lot of resentment, and untapped potential, untapped revolutionary potential, as a matter of fact. And it's a great opportunity for organizing, I think, in these and you actually wrote about this, and it was a great video where you talked about, someone has to do it.
Someone has to do it. Okay. So I guess that's the clip that's going viral of a huge political commentator on the left, Hassan Piker, who is a millionaire socialist. He's saying that. And that's the video that's coming out right now. A lot of people. Okay. Here we have some more close-up. Again, like I told you guys, these videos are going to be coming in through the night. We're going to be getting updates. We're going to be getting videos. Also, somebody let me know when Trump goes on air. I don't know exactly where I'm going to find him on air. Hopefully C-SPAN shows him on air because he's supposed to be coming on. Okay, I got it. Here we go. So we're going to be looking here. Trump is going to be given a press briefing on this matter, and we're going to be live and updated for it. Hopefully the sound is going to be good here. Make sure I take this out real quick. Okay, so the sound should be good for this. We're going to be waiting on that at this very moment. But here is more footage and a close-up video of J.D. Vance being forcefully pulled from the White House Correspondents' dinner. Like I told you guys, somebody that was sitting next to J.D. Vance was recording the whole time. I still don't know who that is. At the very beginning of this live stream, he's recording throughout the whole thing. Looks like Trump actually fell. Yeah, looks like Trump tripped up on a few things, and then he was back up and walking in no time.
One side, the vice president being asked.
Yeah, looks like he fell because he fell. They were trying to rush him out. Trump wasn't trying to go nowhere, man. He got rushed out the building, and then he got picked up, and he's like, "Yo, we out of here, man." He wasn't trying to go nowhere. All right, so again, let's keep looking through. Get some more updates here for you guys. Okay, let's see what else. Okay, there's another update here from Sean Hannity. Let's see what else do we got.
It was interesting, Kevin, because I was on the phone with the president for about 10 minutes, and I can confirm, yes, he is going back to the White House. He will be making a statement. He will be making a statement about going there in the future, in the very near future. I expect that probably will be brought up tonight. I will tell you, the president was, he without an exception, everybody around him was pleading with him not to go back in the room. That's what his instinct was telling him to do. He was joking about it. Not everybody was laughing about it. I actually heard part of the deliberation, and it was the overwhelming consensus that they didn't know if this was a lone wolf or perhaps a greater conspiracy, or perhaps somebody came in behind this one shooter. I can also confirm to you this, that the FBI director, Kash Patel, he is there. The perpetrator is on the scene. They're processing it. They confirmed one U.S. Secret Service agent was in fact shot. The round was stopped by the vest. And I give all credit to all these guys that put their lives on the line for everybody. The president was saying, well, I made sure that the first lady was safe. But again, the people around him were very, very concerned, rightly so, especially in light of the culture that we are living in.
Okay, so that's an update from Sean Hannity on Fox. Here is the alleged shooter, Cole Thomas. That's the name that we have so far. I told you guys that he looks like he could be black and white. I could be wrong. A lot of people said that he might be Middle Eastern. I don't think so. From the name that we got, Cole Thomas seems like a mixed individual. I could tell by his hair type. He looks like he has my hair type. That's the only clue that I can look at from him. I could be wrong. He could just be a black, or he could just be a white. So we don't know. Okay, so let's get some more updates. Again, there are so many updates. Again, shout out to X. Shout out to Elon Musk for freeing up X this way. We have so many updates coming out here. And again, Trump is supposed to be coming out in just a few moments, waiting on Trump's statement. Let me actually refresh this page so we can actually get ready for Trump to talk. But from what you guys can see here is, from what we could see, let me actually go here. Okay, so we're waiting on him to come out. So as we're waiting on him to come out, let me actually open it up full screen for you guys. So we're waiting for Trump to come out. Somebody said a Hispanic trans. It's definitely somebody that has nothing to lose. Somebody that thought that they were going to die tonight. Okay. Patrick Bet David comes out. He says, I have two thoughts. Number one, how the hell did the shooter get into the White House Correspondents' Dinner? Number two, what needs to happen to those who keep inciting violence? There needs to be some accountability taken before it's too late. The indictment of the SPLC is a good start, but we got work to do. Again, it's crazy because the left comes on this live stream and says that, hey, Lou, this is all made up. You guys are all making this up. This is all staged. But those are the same people that have not accepted the SPLC being a organization faking things, right? Like, they're the ones that are literally caught and indicted for faking white supremacy in the country. Are there white supremacists? Are there people who are about all white power shit? I'm sure. I don't really jack those people. I'm never around those people. And if I am, fuck, that's terrible. But anyways, we can say the same thing about Tariq Nasheed, Dr. Umar Johnson, and everybody else. There is white supremacy, black supremacies. There are people who hate interracial marriage. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. Oh, how can you not care about inequality and injustice? Shut the fuck up with that shit. Because you are the last one to talk about the SPLC. And if you're not talking about the SPLC, one of the biggest scandals in America, I don't want to hear your bullshit right now. I really don't. I don't. After Black Lives Matter got exposed by Candace Owens, my life changed. Everything I believed was a lie. Everything I believed it was a lie. Now, again, does not mean that Trump is perfect or he's doing like he's the perfect guy or that this war is perfect or whatever. It doesn't mean that. But trying to go out there and kill people, I think you've lost the plot the moment that you think that that's the answer to these problems. Good luck. Sorry. Good luck. All right. So again, we are awaiting President Trump coming out. He's about to come out and talk. Let me refresh this real quick. So I want to make sure that we are ready for this. I want to make sure we're ready. Okay. I'm going to keep looking for more updates as we wait for Trump to come out and give us an update. Yeah, apparently the shooter is alive. He has been transported to the hospital where he'll be held in custody. And then I guess we're going to get to know. We're going to find out. We are going to find out exactly. Okay, here we go. Apparently, we have him. We have the shooter. Apparently, we have the shooter. And I don't think he's mixed. I do think, could be mixed. Definitely black. Looks like me. Damn. This guy kind of looks like me, bro. Come on, man. Come on, bro. Why you gotta look like me for? What the fuck? Anyways, so let me go to, apparently that's him. So apparently, alleged shooter at the White House Correspondents' Dinner has been identified as Cole Allen. Reports suggest that he's a teacher in California. And this is him. Now, again, this is all alleged. We don't know if this is the guy. We don't know if this is the guy. We don't know. but could be him. And a freaking teacher in California, by the way. It's how you know we're cooked. When my children are ready to go to school, when I have my children, I'm 29, plan on having children very, very soon. I this is my biggest fear, is that their teacher is going to be a fucking weirdo like this. Now, again, unconfirmed stuff, but this is crazy. Apparently, that's a guy. Okay. Protesters seen holding signs saying death to all of them outside of the Washington Hilton after a shooting at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. So apparently, like I told you guys, what the fuck do they all look like? What do they all look like? Every single time, I don't miss. I don't miss. They all look the same. If I see somebody like this walking near my house, I'm not going to go outside. I'm not going to shoot nobody. But boy, am I going to be on high alert. I'm going to be on high alert if this person is near me. If you look like this in 2020 freaking 6, I don't even know what year we're in anymore, and you look like this, you have a mask on, a little flamboyant, you know what I'm saying? 100%, I'm going to run away from you. I'm going to run away from you because I want no problems with you. You are crazy. This is what they mostly look like white progressive liberals who wear masks, creep me out. I'm very scared of them. I am. There's nobody more scared of in this planet than I am of a white progressive liberal. And I'm not scared because of what they might do. I'm scared of what I might have to do if they try something. And I, God forbid, that ever happens. God forbid. God forbid. All right. So that is an update from Cole Allen. That's what he looks like. Let's see what else do we have here. Some more updates. Okay, here we go. Okay, so what we do know is a U.S. Secret Service agent was shot Saturday night near the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Sources told CNN the round struck the protective gear. The agent was transported to a local hospital. Condition remains unclear as of right now. So again, as of right now, we don't know the condition of either both. Let me go live here. Let me actually make sure that the volume is up here and we don't miss this. Okay. So RSBN is waiting for Trump to come out. We're going to wait right there. I'm going to wait right there for him to come out. And once he comes out, I'm going to have the volume. Damn, I can't even have the volume on for this because they're playing music. Maybe we go somewhere where there is no music. Okay. Let me see where we can go. There's just no music. Okay, here we go. There's no music here, so I can play it aloud. So we'll know exactly when Trump comes out. Okay. So I'll keep it up. I'll keep looking for. Okay, here's Mike Lee. Apparently, Senator Mike Lee goes off saying that the Secret Service has been defunded all this time by Dems after tonight's shooting in the vicinity of Trump. Okay, let's see what this means. This is a senator of the United States of America saying this.
The very same Secret Service that just saved President Trump's life, and thank heaven above that he's safe, has been defunded along with the rest of the Department of Homeland Security for more than 2 months. To my Democrat colleagues in the Senate, it's time to end this. Let's end the Homeland Security shutdown now.
Yes, that is right. We are still in the partial shutdown, by the way. So again, ladies and gentlemen, very, very much. I wonder if this is going to be televised, or is this just going to be televised on some channels, But I'm sure CNN and everybody else this is going to be televised everywhere. Let me go read some of the comments of CNN. CNN posted a video of the incident happening at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Now, I'm sure that what I'm going to see is going to be something very much exactly just like I thought. Just like I thought. Exactly. Fake. Everybody's saying that it's fake. Looks fake. It's fake. It's for his poll numbers. Crazy. It's so predictable, isn't it, of what the left is going to say about this? Because they cannot look bad. They cannot look like the party that is out here trying to shoot presidents. They can't. They cannot live with themselves. Is that they cannot and will not be happy if they are the party that is known for violence. Every time you see certain violence coming from the left, they say it's fake now. They are the they're the party that does that. It's over for them. They're cooked. They're so cooked that they must tell you that this is fake because they know that, again, from the news that we have here, the shooter might be a for sure Democrat, a teacher in California. That's not going to benefit the party. So what are you going to do? You're going to say it's fake. You have to. If I'm a Democrat, I'm looking for ways to debunk this as well. Why? Because this looks very bad for your party. You killed Charlie Kirk. You're literally the party of violence. Every freaking protest, communist flags, Hassan Piker calling for violence. Democrats. See, people hate Trump because of the war or because of the Epstein file, whatever it is that you may think that you hate Trump for or whatever it is. It's all discussable. I discuss these things all the time with people. But the alternative to Trump is this shit right here. This is the alternative. The alternative to Trump is a whole bunch of people in control that cannot control you. So they're going to try to do their best to do what they can to tax you, to shut you down, to censor you. Again, like, remember the first thing that they did was go after people on Twitter. Before Elon Musk bought Twitter, they censored everybody. They censored everybody about COVID, right? They shut you down about COVID. They locked you up in your house in 2021. They made you wear a mask. Then YouTube, right? YouTube was another thing that happened where they were pressuring YouTube to shut down misinformation. So I know the alternative of people like this guy being in power. Now, again, you can say whatever you want about Trump. We got to change Trump. We got whatever you want. Say whatever you want. It doesn't matter to me. What matters to me is like that you think that the alternative, like if somebody doesn't agree with Trump, right? Or they hate whatever Trump is doing, cool. But like to go and flat out say that I want to vote left now, I'm scratching my head because I know what it's like to live on these people. I lost my job. When I was working in 2023 and I was posting videos, I got demonetized for 9 months. George, Doug in Exile, all these big YouTube channels, including on Twitter, got banned off the face of the earth. Banned. Censorship was out of the ass. Then comes Trump. He comes into office. First thing he does, he signs 14.14.9, which is an executive order to stop the federal government from ever interfering and pressuring private companies and social networks into banning and censoring creators and or stopping, and this is the same executive order, stopping private companies from banning people without reasoning. That's illegal now by executive order when Trump came in. I remember that. It's one of the greatest things that ever happened to a lot of people. If you think that Trump is bad, I respect you. You can say whatever you want. But to say that you're then going to go and vote for these people right here, Nah, you got me fucked up, man. You got me all the way fucked up. I'm sorry. Yeah, you don't like Trump. You don't like the war. You don't like the gas price. I respect that opinion. But to say that these people are the option, do you know that they're on pace to win the House and the Senate? Who do you think they're going to do when they get the House and the Senate? They're going to go impeach Trump. Now, the Senate might not be a for sure thing, but from the betting markets, they're the high favorite to win both. I tell you what, man, I never thought about leaving the country before because I'm not a pussy. But man, El Salvador sounds amazing right now. Nah, I'm just kidding. I would never leave the United States of America. I can't live anywhere else. It's the only thing I've ever known in my whole entire life. But man, sometimes when you think about these people right here getting back power, oh man. Respectfully. No. Respectfully. Because there's Democrats out there that I love and I adore and I respect. There's classical liberals out there that I love and I respect. But these people, these are the people. This guy right here, 100% is the guy that will be in the Democrat Party in the next 10 years. These are the people that run the Democrat Party. I cannot fathom a world where they're going to be in charge again just because you're fucking mad at Trump. You think that the alternative is going to save you. Oh man, you have no idea. It's like people quickly forget what it was like. I remember. Never forgot. I've been scarred with that experience my whole, I'm never going to forget that experience. Anyways, we're awaiting Trump coming out. Let me refresh. He might have came out talking. I don't even know. So yeah, Peter Doocy there. Peter Doocy. Again, we're awaiting Trump. Peter Doocy there. White House Correspondents dinner. Everybody was there. Now most of the mainstream media is in the front row waiting to ask Trump a question. So we're awaiting President Trump. Let me actually write this down here. Awaiting Trump after shooting. So let me make sure that I put this here for you guys. So that way we know what we're waiting for. Where's Trump? We're awaiting Trump right now. Yeah, you remember when I was demonetizing. Oh boy. And I'm taking a flight tomorrow to go to a Bitcoin conference tomorrow. So I'm going to be trying to record for you guys and give you guys updates because I'm going to be on this. I'm going to be capturing the left reaction to this. I'm going to be capturing, also doing some research on how in the world did this guy get in there? Who really was this guy? Who was he sent by? The updates on him. So I'm going to be covering all this stuff. Make sure to subscribe if you guys can. YouTube's also been doing a really bad job sending people notifications for my videos. So please turn the notification bell on. And I appreciate everybody that's come through tonight. As I always try to do is give you guys my best. I try not to give my opinion as much. I like to give people the news. I fit in my opinion as well. But most of the time, I'm trying to get your opinion in the comments. Because sometimes all you guys want to do is hear the news. But sometimes it's just really hard to hold back. It really is hard to hold back. All right, so President Trump and Ford were previously tied for the most assassination attempts in U.S. history with 2. Assuming tonight was another attempt, Trump will have 3, the most. Is this number 3 or is this number 4? How many assassination attempts is it? Is this assassination number 3 or number 4? Again, we're waiting for Trump to come out. Yeah, this is I thought this was the 4th. Erica Kirk was rattled as well. Erica Kirk was rushed out of the White House Correspondents' dinner after a shooting. She says she just wants to go home. Erica Kirk. I can just imagine what it was like for her to be in the building. Yeah. So again, waiting President Trump, ladies and gentlemen. So the 4 times were Thomas Crooks in Butler, Pennsylvania, Ryan Ruth in the golf course, multiple plots by Iran, a gunman stormed Mar-a-Lago, and now the White House Correspondents' Dinner. And remember, the Pakistani man found guilty in Iran-backed plot to kill U.S. politicians. This is all happening while the DHS partial shutdown is happening. Okay, so the suspected shooter at the White House Correspondents' Dinner has reportedly been identified as 31-year-old Cole Allen of Torrance, California, who happens to be a teacher. I reported on that earlier. Again, we don't know. Is this him? Let me see something real quick. Okay. That's not him. They got the wrong guy. Yeah, we're still, again, we still don't know if this is actually him because there's a different Cole Allen. That's why I said we don't know yet. This Cole Allen is a different Cole Allen that we are seeing here that people are posting about. So that's something that I'm going to keep my eye on again on that as well. Holy shit. President Trump just posted a video. Hold on, wait a minute. Trump just posted the video. Trump just posted the video. I can't show the video. But he just posted the video on Truth Social. Okay. So it is him. It is that Cole Allen. Trump is out here posting stuff on Truth Social before he hits the stage. What a gangster, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go to Truth Social. Trump just posted overhead footage of the actual shooting and the shooter. Here's Trump posting pictures of him. This is the guy that we see in the picture. So it is him. Trump is posting these pictures himself. And here's the video. Trump freaking posted the video, guys. I got to refresh it. It's not letting me play it for some reason here, but he posted the video. Again, the video is going to be everywhere. I think we should probably try to take a slow motion look at it when I'm able to play it. For some reason, it's not letting me upload it or update it, but he posted the picture. Are you guys seeing it? You guys got to go to Truth Social. Go to his Truth Social. It should be updated out there. Let's see real quick. I can't get it to play for some reason. It's really acting slow. Okay. But yeah, Trump is posting the pictures of this guy on the floor, bro. But it looks weird because from what I see, it looks like he tried to rush. He tried to rush through. Let's go back here. It looks like he tried to rush through. He shot at the officer right there, and then he's rushing through, and then he gets shot. He gets shot right there at that very moment from that same officer that got shot. So it's not, we can't really see too much. So we're gonna wait for Trump to come out, and then we're gonna talk about it. But the video is out. The overhead camera angle from the ballroom. Very, very interesting coming from Trump. He also posted pictures of him on the floor arrested. So again, major updates are going to continue to come at this very moment tonight.
I think many of them want to be close to power. They also assume or have this thought in their mind that maybe Donald Trump will go away. Maybe he'll go to jail. Maybe he will die, not to be too morbid, but maybe, I mean, he's not a young man.
Yeah. There's a lot of those clips tonight going around. There is a lot of those clips. Again, like I told you guys, I'm going to dedicate a video to this because I know for a fact. Okay, here we go. Here we go.
Well, thank you very much. That was very unexpected, but incredibly acted upon by Secret Service and law enforcement. And this was an event dedicated to freedom of speech that was supposed to bring together members of both parties with members of the press. And in a certain way it did, because the fact that they just unified, I saw a room that was just totally unified. It was in one way, very beautiful, a very beautiful thing to see. A man charged a security checkpoint armed with multiple weapons, and he was taken down by some very brave members of Secret Service, and they acted very quickly and have just released, for purposes of transparency, clarity, I've ordered it to be put out. You probably have it by now. Put out on Truth and put out on many other platforms. A tape showing the violence of this thug that attacked our Constitution, and also showing how quickly Secret Service and law enforcement acted on our country's behalf. Really did a great job. One officer was shot, but saved by the fact that he was wearing obviously a very good bulletproof vest. He was shot from very close distance with a very powerful gun, and the vest did the job. I just spoke to the officer, and he's doing great. He's great shape. He is has very high spirits, and we told him we love him and respect him, and he's a very proud guy. He's very proud of what he does, Secret Service agent. And we looked at all of the conditions that took place tonight. And I will say, you know, it's not a particularly secure building. And I didn't want to say this, but this is why we have to have all of the attributes of what we're planning at the White House. It's actually a larger room, and it's much more secure. It's drone proof, it's bulletproof glass. We need the ballroom. That's why Secret Service, that's why the military are demanding it. They've wanted the ballroom for 150 years for lots of different reasons, but today's a little bit different because today we need levels of security that probably nobody's ever seen before. But everyone owes a tremendous debt of gratitude to the courage of law enforcement, the law enforcement, and working with the DC police. And we just spoke with the mayor. And when we're finished, the police chief is going to take over and discuss it also from their viewpoint. But they also performed exactly as they were supposed to. And you see the attacker in different positions, but you also see the attacker totally subdued and under control. So as you know, this is not the first time in the past couple of years that our republic has been attacked by a would-be assassin who sought to kill. In Butler, Pennsylvania, less than 2 years ago, you all know that story. And in Palm Beach, Florida, a few months after that, we came close. We really had, again, we had some great work done by law enforcement. But in light of this evening's events, I ask that all Americans recommit with their hearts in resolving our difference peacefully. We have to resolve our differences. I will say, you had Republicans, Democrats, independents, conservatives, liberals, and progressives. Those words are interchangeable, perhaps, but maybe they're not. But yet everybody in that room, big crowd, record-setting crowd. There was a record-setting group of people. And there was a tremendous amount of love and coming together. I watched, and I was very, very impressed by that. But First Lady and I were taken very well care of, very quickly rushed off the stage. Vice President J.D. Vance, who's here, was likewise beautifully done. He was just saying how quickly everybody acted, law enforcement, Secret Service in particular in this case, but law enforcement. Marco had the same thing. Pete was there. Pete didn't want any help. He didn't want anybody to help. He doesn't want anybody to help him, but he did get some, didn't you? And I think you also said that it was very impressive. So with that, I'd like to ask Todd Blanche to come up, say a few words, and tell you it's already underway. The man has been captured. They're going to his apartment. I guess he lives in California, and he's a sick person, a very sick person. And we don't want things like this to happen. I think it's very important that I say, though, and I told the representatives of the evening, they did such a beautiful job. It was such a beautiful evening. And again, they're talking about free speech in our Constitution. That's what it's all about, not just White House correspondence. It was really based on free speech in our Constitution. But I said very importantly that we'll do it again within the next 30 days, and we'll make it bigger and better and even nicer. So I just want to thank everybody that was involved. I also want to thank the press, the media. You've been very responsible in your coverage. I will say I've been seeing what's been out. You've been very responsible. So Todd Blanche, I'd like to say a few words, and then we're going to have cash. And then you're going to go on. We can ask, I guess we can take a couple of questions. I want to thank the First Lady that was a rather traumatic experience for her. There was a lot of action taking place up there very quickly. But again, the response time was really incredible. And we're going to reschedule. We're going to do it again. We're not going to let anybody take over our society. We're not going to cancel things out because we can't do that. We wanted to stay tonight. I will tell you, I fought like hell to stay. But it was protocol. They said, please, sir, because they didn't know there was a lot of action going on, and they didn't know, could there be probably a lone shooter, but we'll find out. We'll find out very quickly. They have it very well under control. So I want to thank everybody very much. And Todd Blanche, please.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. Tonight you saw the very worst and the very best of this country. You saw the very worst by the actions of that coward that the president just talked about. But you also saw the very best because you saw law enforcement do exactly what they're supposed to do. And you'll see the videos come out, I expect, very shortly, and you'll see law enforcement do exactly what we want them to do. And so I echo what President Trump just said, that we are extraordinarily grateful and appreciative of the men and women of law enforcement that did their jobs tonight, including one who was injured. This investigation is ongoing. I expect you will see charges filed shortly. The charges should be self-evident given the conduct, but as you'll hear, there will be multiple charges surrounding the shooting, around the possession of firearms, and anything else that we can get on this guy. The investigation is obviously ongoing and just started. There is federal law enforcement already working on search warrants and doing their job, and I don't want to get ahead of them and don't want to get ahead of the work that they're doing even as we speak. Director Patel and I were just on the crime scene a short while ago, and everybody in this room should rest assured that the Metropolitan Police Department, the FBI, Secret Service, everybody's on the scene doing their job. I know that the police chief is going to give an update from the scene as soon as we're finished here, and I obviously will lead the details of what they have learned to him. But in the meantime, I just want to thank everybody in this room for the courage, and I want to thank President Trump for his words, and I promise you, justice will be served. Thank you, Dr. Patel.
Thank you, General. Thank you, Mr. President. The president's absolutely right. You saw the best resolve of American law enforcement because you, Mr. President, inspire them 24/7, 365. You give them the resources that they need, and they know that you have their back. And that is a changing dynamic in this country. And that's why you saw brave Secret Service agents respond immediately, swiftly, subdue and take down the suspect and safeguard the lives of thousands of individuals at that hotel. Thanks to our interagency partnership with the Department of Homeland Security and the Metropolitan Police Department, the FBI was rapidly deployed onto the scene, took over the evidence response unit, is examining all the ballistics that were found on scene to include the long gun and the shell casings. We are conducting witness interviews as we speak. You will hear from our team on the scene there with the mayor and the head of the FBI field division there. But please know what the Attorney General has just said reigns no truer. You saw the very best of America tonight. The very best unite us at a time of uncertainty, because we have leadership here with the president, the vice president that backs law enforcement, and the men and women that I shook their hands on the scene today could not have been prouder to show up on scene. And as the Attorney General said, make no mistake, we are conducting witness interviews. If you have any information whatsoever related to this event, 1-800-CALL-FBI, 1-800-CALL-FBI. No piece of information is too small. No piece of information is inadequate. We will evaluate it all. We will also be conducting interviews of those that were there. And if any of those individuals have information, please come forward to law enforcement or the FBI or the Metropolitan Police Department. We will be examining this individual's background thoroughly. That process has already started, and we are going to ensure that he was either a lone wolf actor or anyone else that was responsible. We will analyze all evidence immediately to make sure that we safeguard this country. Mr. President, Mr. Vice President, thank you for your leadership. Attorney General and Homeland Secretary Merlin, thank you for your partnership in law enforcement.
Thank you, Ken. Okay, we'll do a couple and then we go to the chief. Madam Chairman, I just want to say you did a fantastic job. What a beautiful evening, and we're going to reschedule. Okay. And after that, it's very tough for her to ask a killer question, right? But you have done a fantastic job. Please.
Mr. President, I appreciate it. As you mentioned, it all happened so quickly. And I wonder, especially because unfortunately you have experience with these sorts of threats, in that moment when you realized there was a threat and service agents were telling us to get down, can you describe what was going through your mind, how you were feeling in that moment?
That's a very good question, actually. It's always shocking when something like this happens. Happened to me a little bit, and that never changes. The fact we were sitting right next to each other, First Lady on my right, and I heard a noise and sort of thought it was a tray. I thought it was a tray going down. I've heard that many times, and it was a pretty loud noise. And it was from quite far away. He hadn't reached the area at all. They really got him. But so it was quite far away, but it was a gun. And some people really understood that pretty quickly. Other people didn't. I was watching to see what was happening. Probably should have gone down even faster. Melania was very cognizant, I think, of what happened. I think she knew immediately what happened. She was saying, that's a bad noise. And we were whisked away along with other people, but we were really whisked away. And again, the performance of the Secret Service and the police, all of the law enforcement, I thought was really good. So it was very quick. There wasn't a lot of time to be thinking because it was a matter of seconds before we were out the door and gone into an area. We very much, and you wanted to too, we very much wanted to continue it because I don't like to let these sick people, these thugs, these horrible, horrible people change the fabric of our life, change the course of what we do. So we held out. You were there. We held out right till the end, but they didn't want to take a chance, and I understand there was protocol. but we're going to be doing one hopefully within the next 30 days or sooner. And I am ready, willing, and able. And I was all set to really rip it. And I said to my people, this would be the most inappropriate speech ever made if I said, so I'll have to save it. I don't know if I could ever be as rough as I was going to be tonight. I think I'm going to be probably very nice. I'll be very boring the next time, but we're going to have a great event. And you did a fantastic job. Thank you very much. Peter, go ahead.
Thank you, President Trump. There's a report in the New York Post that this assailant assembled his weapon somewhere on site at the hotel. What do you think about that? And I ask respectfully, why do you think this keeps happening to you?
Well, you know, I've studied assassinations, and I must tell you, the most impactful people, the people that do the most, you take a look at the people, Abraham Lincoln, I mean, you go through the people that have gone through this where they got them. But the people that do the most, the people that make the biggest impact, they're the ones that they go after. They don't go after the ones that don't do much because they like it that way. And when you look at the people that have either, whether it was an attempt or a successful attempt, they're very impactful people. Just take a look at the names there, the big names. And I hate to say I'm honored by that, but I've done a lot. We've done a lot. We've taken this country, and we were a laughing stock for years, and now we're the hottest country anywhere in the world. We've changed this country, and there are a lot of people that are not happy about that. So I think that's the answer, Peter.
And after Butler, your team for a while rethought outdoor events.
Yeah.
Do you think that you now need to rethink indoor?
No, well, but then you just don't do events. No, I can't do that. I have to. It is what it is. We have to do it. The room was very, very secure. You know, he charged from 50 yards away, so he was very far away from the room.
And what do you think when you saw the video of how fast he was running?
He was moving. He was really moving. And the reaction time was great. Boy, those guys, they had their guns drawn literally by the time he was there. They were shooting.
That's right.
I thought they were very impressive. And if I didn't, I'd let you know. You know, I'm not going to be, I would not stand for that. No, I thought they were very impressive.
Thank you, President Trump, and thank you for updating us on the suspect earlier. Were you aware of any threats? Was your team aware of any threats beforehand? And do you believe you were the target of this tonight?
I guess. I mean, these people they're crazy. They're crazy. And, you know, you never know. He was very far away from me. He had to go through a lot. We had resources all over. We had resources sitting at tables, literally in disguise, sitting maybe at your table, who knows? But we had people all over the room, so he had a long way to go. That was really a first line of defense, and they got him. And they really, you know, they acted incredibly. No, there was no notification. We had no idea. Go ahead, Kevin.
Any political motivations from this?
Well, you never know. Now, we'll be able to tell you that maybe by tomorrow or the next day. You know, he's in custody, and they're asking him a lot of questions. I guess they're going over, Todd, and they're already at his apartment. He lives in California.
Yes, sir.
And they're over there, so they'll be able to tell you. Thank you, Caitlin.
Did the suspect say anything, or was he wearing anything that would allege some type of motive here?
No, I mean, he was a guy who looked pretty evil when he was down. You know, they had him down. He was fighting hard. He was in my opinion, a sick person. Who would do that but a sick person? But I think you're going to find everything about him. No reason to talk about it now. But tomorrow at this time, long before this time, you're going to know a lot of things about him. They seem to think he was a lone wolf, and I feel that too.
Are you concerned about U.S. Secret Service protection ability? We saw several of the detainees take minutes to be escorted out of the room.
No, they acted very quickly. No, I was very impressed by Secret Service. I mean, I'm the one, and Mark Wayne, you would agree with that, I think. Absolutely. I'm the one that would complain. You don't have to complain for me. I would be complaining. I'd be up here right now saying they didn't do their job. Oh, believe me, because, you know, it's my life. And I want to live because I want to make this country great. That's why I want to live. But when you're impactful, they go after you. When you're not impactful, they leave you alone. Okay, a couple of more. Go ahead, please.
Is there any indication that this shooting could have been linked to the war in Iran?
I don't think so, but you never know. We're going to know a lot. We have the best people in the world working on it, and we're going to know a lot. Please.
Mr. President, there's a lot. There's you, as well as some of us who have covered Butler, experienced another horrific day 2 years ago.
Yeah.
What felt similar? You know, you had the First Lady with you today. What felt different? And you have another 2+ years in office. Are you concerned about something like this happening
Well, I
again?
can't be concerned. I can only get great people. They did the job, in my opinion, a much better job than Butler. Butler had one weak spot that we all know about. Somebody should have been up there. But even Butler, we had our sniper on our side within 4.2 seconds from a distance of about 400 yards, one shot, and he was gone. And if he didn't do it now, he's David. His name was David. I say, hello, David, every time I see him. David, I like you very much, David. But think of that. Now, if he doesn't hit him, and he hit him right between the eyes from 400 yards without any notice, nobody knew. He heard a sound. He looked over, and there was actually a tree that was somewhat in his way. You know the story very well. And he aimed, he fired. And if he didn't do that, beyond me, you would have had a lot more people killed. We lost one great person and 2 people very badly hurt. They're okay now. But no, that was so in a sense, that was pretty amazing, the job they did. But they did have that one weak spot. As you know, they should have had that covered. Tonight, they had everything covered very quickly. And he was fast. He was running full blast, and they got him before they got any further. I was very far away. He hadn't anywhere close to breach the doors of the ballroom. The ballroom was sealed, and everybody in there. That's why once those doors opened, they didn't want to do tonight. If the doors weren't opened, we could have probably done it tonight. But I think we're much better off rescheduling. Yeah, please.
Mr. President, for you and perhaps law enforcement as well, what is the level of confidence that this was a lone actor? And has the suspect made any statements to police while in custody?
Yeah, I think it's just it's my profession. We have great professionals up here and outside that have been working with us. My impression is he was a lone wolf, whack job. These are crazy people. And they have to be dealt with. We had that in the second attempt, as you know, and he's spending life in prison. Because if you let him out, they'll probably, if he serves 10 years or 15 years, you let him out, he'll probably try it again with somebody else. They're sick people. We have a lot of sick people. But you're going to know, I think very shortly, you're going to know, Todd, a lot about him. You're going to know a lot about him. Yeah, a couple of more. Yeah, please, go ahead.
Are you concerned about political violence? This could be politically motivated.
All violence. I'm concerned about everything. Look, but I can't be so concerned that you can't function. No, I'm here. It's a dangerous profession. I tell the story, race car drivers, I think it's very dangerous. So if you take 1% and then take about 10% of 1%, just to break it down very easily, they die. So much less than 1%, 10% of 1%. I think bull riding is very dangerous. If you take about the same 10% of 1%, much less than 1%. But if you take presidents, it's 5.8%. And about 8% are shot at. So nobody told me this was such a dangerous profession. If Marco would have told me, maybe I wouldn't have run. Maybe I would have said, I'll take a pass. No, it's a dangerous profession, but I don't view it that way. Look, I'm here to do a job. As part of the job, it is a dangerous. I can't imagine that there's any profession that's more dangerous. But I love the country, and I'm very proud. I'm very proud of the job we've done. You see what's happened. We have a great country. We've got, I think, the most successful, the hottest country anywhere in the world. This happened over a period of just a year, and we're going to do great things. But with that come risks. There's no question about it. Yeah.
To that end, I mean, there's been so much political violence, not just aimed at yourself, but at other members of Congress, state house speakers, you name it. Is that just the cost of doing business?
Yeah.
Do politics in America anymore?
Yeah. Well,
what does that say about our country?
Too. We're not the only country. You look at this great violence with all countries. I was talking to somebody from another country today, and they have numerous assassinations of political figures all over the world. You look at South America, it's like some of the numbers are just horrific. It's dangerous stuff, whether it's here or someplace else. No country is immune. No country. Good question.
At this point?
Well, probably if I decided to just not do much, if I let everybody rip us off and take advantage of us. Look, we're leading the world in trade now. We're leading the world in the military. We're the greatest military in the world. I rebuilt it in my first term, and now we use it because we have no choice. We can't let, as an example, Iran, we can't let them get a nuclear weapon. Everything will be peanuts compared to that if they ever were given a nuclear weapon, and they'd use it too. Marco and I were talking about it today. They would use it without even hesitation. We can't do that. It was a shame. I said, oh boy, look at the numbers. We just broke 50,000 in the Dow. We just broke 7,000 in the S&P. They said we couldn't do it in 7 years, in 5 years, 4 years. They were saying maybe in 5 or 6 years. And we did it in 1 year. And I called everybody together. I called all of these people and others, and I said, we have to take a little journey. I seek to do this. We just had the great number. We just broke 50,000. Wasn't supposed to happen during my term. Wasn't reachable. Did it in 1 year. And I said, we're going to have to make a journey to Iran. They're going to have a nuclear weapon if we don't do it. We had the B-2 bombers take them out. I terminated in the first term the Obama agreement, the Iran nuclear agreement, which was a disaster. That was a road to a nuclear weapon. They would have used it. They would have used it 100%. So, when you do things like that, you become a target. If I wasn't doing that, I guess I'd be a lot less of a target. But I'm honored to be. Okay, one more question. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you, President Trump. Did you know how the gun was brought into the hotel? And also, how does this event impact you as the leader of our country? Do you think it will change your
I like not to think about it. I lead a pretty normal life, considering it's a dangerous life. I think I handle it as well as it can be handled. I think a lot of other people, you read stories where they become basket cases. To be honest with you, I'm not a basket case. I really take it as it is. I do it for the country. I'm not doing it for any other reason. I have a first lady who's doing a terrific job. She loves the country, and she recognizes it better than anybody. She's told me numerous times. She said, you are in a dangerous job, but that goes along with her too. I mean, it's dangerous for her too. We sat there tonight, we heard that noise, and it was either a tray or a bullet. I was hoping it was a tray, but it wasn't. And again, we had some very brave people doing a great job, so we're very proud of them and happy with them. I just want to thank everybody. They will be able to give you all that information as to the names and everything else. I think we released the names already. Most of you would have it, but his name. We appreciate it. I see so many tuxedos and beautiful dresses. It was a little different evening than we thought, but we're going to do it again, and we have a great chairman who we're so proud of, and we have to make it better. We'll make it safer, I guess, right? But we're going to make it even better. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.
About how impactful this was. Can we hear from her about?
Well, honey, would you want to say something?
Okay.
Many of the people across the globe, in fact, are watching you. You demonstrated courageous leadership, and thank God you're alive. All of us are alive today. What is the message that you want to give to the world that this should change? What corrective measures can we take from here on?
Well, all you can do, look, I don't care how many people you have, how good they are. They can be the greatest people. You have the greatest security in history. If you have a whack job who's got a brain, but it's a little bit distorted or a lot distorted, they can make trouble. I would say, Pete, right? They can make trouble. Some of these people are of genius level IQ, and they're nuts. So it can be trouble. So you do absolutely the best. You get the best. We have the best people. Well, look, it was proven tonight. He started running from 50 yards, and he was fast. He was like a blur on tape. He was moving. It was very impressive the way they got him. Because a lot of people would be looking and saying, it's like a weird feeling, and they would let him get through, but they didn't let him get through. They drew those guns so fast. They looked like Matt Dillon. They looked like somebody that knew what they were doing, and we really do. But it comes with the territory. And if you want to do a great job, I really believe that. And you take a look at what's happened to some of our greatest presidents, and it doesn't happen to people that don't do anything. And it's not going to deter me from winning the war in Iran. I don't know if that had anything to do with it. I really don't think so, based on what we know. But we're going to continue to do a great job. That's all I can do. Thank you very much. See you tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you. Well, thank you very much. That was very unexpected, but incredibly.
All right, so it's playing on a loop, ladies and gentlemen. I tried my best tonight. Hopefully, I did a good job with all the updates that we had. Of course, you have Hassan Piker. You have a lot of leftists calling this fake, and of course, they have to do that because it makes them look freaking terrible. It makes them look like exactly everything that they really are, which are the people that have been on camera really trying to cause the country to go crazy and sideways the way it is. Again, that's just, it might be my opinion and it might sound like an opinion, but at the end of the day, I really couldn't think nothing more much than true than somebody just saying that this looks terrible. But it is what it is. They need it. They have to have it. They need this to be a false flag. They need it to be whatever it is in their minds that they're saying it is. Because what it will do, it will then go and cause people to, go out there and start asking questions. Because look what's popping up here. What's popping up for Hassan Piker is this. Videos like this. That's why he's going off tonight. That's why everyone is going off tonight on the left. Because what happens when stuff like this goes down is that people go back in time. And the internet is forever. Take a look at this.
Well, my understanding is that the property owners who have properties there choose just not to rent it at all.
Yeah, kill them. Kill those motherfuckers and murder those motherfuckers in the street. Let the streets soak in their fucking red capitalist bloods, dude.
Exactly. Guy hates capitalism, millionaire. He needs this to look whatever. Like he needs that narrative. Because when you don't have that narrative of this being fake, staged, or whatever it is, the hate, the Trump hate, when you don't have that, people then go and start doing research on who you are. Who are you? Like, why are people accusing you of being one of the perpetrators behind stuff like this? Right? So again, whatever you may think this was or is, if you don't think the leftists are crazy, if you don't think that those people that wear those masks, the white progressive leftists are the scariest people on the planet, then I don't know what it is. But again, like, I want everybody to know that I accept and welcome everybody's ideas. I don't care. Like, if you have an opinion about Trump that's not good, trust me, some of the best people that I love, Tucker, Candace, the Hodge twins, people I grew up watching, hate Trump. Talk about Trump bad every day. I don't care about that. That's their opinion. But what I don't accept is people trying to use certain narratives as if all of a sudden we forgot who they were. Who are they? And this guy is number one at this right now. He really is. When you go back in his content, you go watch who he is, you start to realize, like, damn. Feel me? Just saying. Just saying. So they need it to be fake. It has to be fake. Because if you brush it off as fake, you don't do no research on what happened, you don't realize this was outside of the event. Outside of the event was death to tyrants. That was outside of the event, right after it happened. So if you brush it off as fake, You then don't do enough research to even look at what was happening outside during this event and the signs that these people had. Anyways, whatever. Talking too much. All right, guys. Love y'all. Smash the like button. Subscribe if you guys can. Trust me, there's a lot more content to come and updates about all of this and more. I love you guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. Pray for the world. Pray for the world. Pray for the United States. Pray for all of us.